Hi, this is Steve again. Last time we have talked about thinking in English is important, and we have looked at how it connects your brain and your ability to speak. Let's get into the practical step you can take to start thinking in English. The good news is that you don't need to completely change how you think overnight. You just need to make small adjustments that will help you build the habit of thinking in English. Here are some simple practical steps you can begin with. The first step is to describe the things around you. Start by using English to talk about the objects, people, and situation in your environment. You don't have to speak out loud if you're in a place where it's not possible. You can do this in your mind. For example, if you're at home, look at an object like a book or a chair to describe it in English. You might say, this is a green book. It's on the table. The cover is colorful and the pages look old. You can describe anything. Your room, your clothes, the food you're eating. Just practice forming English sentences about what you see. Next, think in English during your daily activities, whether you're cooking, cleaning, or commute to work. Try to think about what you're doing in English. For example, when you're cooking dinner, you can think to yourself, I need to chop the vegetables, or I'm boiling the pasta. If you're walking down the street, think about the people you see and things around you. You could think that person is wearing a red jacket, or the weather is a little cloudy today. These small everyday thoughts help your brain practice using English. Third, talk to yourself in English. Talking to yourself in English may sound a little strange, but it's actually a very effective way to get comfortable with thinking and speaking English. The next time when you're alone, try narrating what you're doing. For example, if you're getting ready in the morning, you might say, I'm brushing my teeth. I'm putting on my shoes. Now I'm getting my keys. Even if you're not speaking to anyone, saying these things out loud in English helps your brain get used to processing thoughts in English. It's also a good way to practice new vocabulary and phrases. Fourth, use English media to immerse yourself. One of the most powerful tools of thinking in English is immersion. This means surrounding yourself with English as much as possible. Watching movies, TV shows, and videos in English, or even audiobooks in English. The more you expose yourself to English, the easier it will become for your brain to start thinking in the language. Start with the things you enjoy, maybe a TV show or a podcast that interests you. Listen to it without subtitles at first and try to understand as much as you can. Constant exposure helps your brain get familiar with the flow of English, making it easier for you to think in English without even realizing it. Fifth, if you want to take your thinking in English to the next level, it's really helpful to practice with other English speakers. This could be a language exchange partner, a friend who speaks English, or even joining language communities. When you have conversations in English, it forces your brain to think quickly and respond in English. If you don't have access to a lot of English speakers, that's okay. You can still find people to practice with through language exchange apps or online forums. The key is to practice regularly, even if it's just a few minutes a day. Lastly, use an English notebook or journal. That is another great way to start thinking in English. Start a small English journal or notebook. Each day, write a few sentences about what you did, what you're feeling, or anything on your mind. Writing forces you to think in English as you try to express your ideas on paper. It also helps enforce new vocabulary and grammar structures. Don't worry if you make mistakes. The goal is to practice thinking in English, not to be perfect. As you keep writing, you will notice that you start thinking in English more often without having to force it. So, let's quickly review the steps we have covered. 1. Describe the things around you in English. 2. Think in English during your daily activities. 3. Talk to yourself in English. 4. Immerse yourself in English through media. 5. Practice with the English speakers. 6. Keep an English notebook or journal. The key to all of these steps is consistency. Don't expect to start thinking in English all at once. Start small and try to make thinking in English a regular part of your day. The more you practice, the easier it will become. Remember, it's okay to make mistakes. That's part of the learning process.